Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS news for Friday, May 4. Government will be spending $950 million on business process outsourcing, BPO, and tourism projects this fiscal year. Industry Minister Audley Shaw opened the sectoral debate earlier this week and announced the expenditure through Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO. The bulk, $850 million, is earmarked for the tourism sector, supplementing current investments, which will add 2,100 hotel rooms and generate nearly 8,000 jobs. $100 million is programmed for the BPO sector, which will see the creation of 6,000 more jobs. Minister Shaw says preliminary figures indicate that JAMPRO achieved capital investment of $604 million during the last fiscal year. This resulted in the creation of over 13,200 new jobs for the period. As the agency looks to facilitate even more investment this year, the minister says he is set to formally reopen JAMPRO's office in New York on May 14. He will also use the opportunity to meet with several key investors ahead of the Jamaica Investment Forum, which will again be hosted in Montego Bay in June. The Maypen Hospital in Clarendon is to be redeveloped to manage increased demand on the facility. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says this is needed as the parish has grown significantly since the hospital was last renovated in the 1990s.
Time has passed and the demands on the system has continued to expand, and the infrastructure has not kept pace with that. So we have, the last year, contracted the UN OPS, which is the United Nations construction arm that focuses on healthcare facilities, among other things, to do a 5-hospital study that will examine the needs of the communities where this facility serves, and determine what needs to be done to make it an ideal structure.
The health minister was speaking at a function to hand over medical equipment and supplies to the Maypen Hospital. It was the second tranche of an $80,000 donation of equipment and supplies from Jamalco. The first set of supplies was handed over in October 2016. A series of operations have started in Westmoreland targeting the facilitators of crime in the parish. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson says the police are not only after the gunmen, but also those who funded the masterminds by purchasing guns and transporting them.
Criminal gangs and criminal activities are networks. There's money behind them. There are a lot of the people who are pulling the trigger have no money of their own. They don't have access to weapons. So somebody else is bringing them in, and those are the people we are looking for.
The police commissioner says several government organizations have joined forces to dismantle the gangs. He's advising residents to be alert and cooperate with the security forces. Since the police force has started its operation in the parish, 94 persons have been detained and 13 arrested for various activities. An AK-47 rifle and assorted rounds of ammunition have also been recovered. One of 5 wanted persons named on a list published Wednesday has turned himself in to the authorities. The operation in Westmoreland follows Tuesday's bloody onslaught in the parish, where 7 people, including 2 young boys, were murdered and 8 others wounded in separate gun attacks. The Office of the Contractor General, OCG, is targeting young people as part of measures to address corruption. Contractor General Dirk says there is a direct link between corruption and crime, and the objective is to steer the youth from making bad choices. He says that last year, the OCG went into all 4 juvenile institutions over a 4-week period to engage the youth. Mr. Harrison was speaking during Wednesday's session of the Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police, ACCP, conference at the Montego Bay Convention Center. The ACCP conference, which wrapped up today, attracted commissioners of police and other stakeholders from 25 countries across the region. Government has invested $10 million in the Institute of Sports in-sports primary school championships slated for next week. 400 pairs of athletic spikes have been given to in-sports for the participating schools, each of which will receive at least 3 pairs. Sport Minister Olivia Grange handed over the footgear during Thursday's launch of the championships.
In our commitment to making Jamaica an international sporting giant, we must literally take care of the baby steps represented by a meet such as the in-sports primary schools track and field athletics championship.
The In-Sports Primary Schools Championships will be held from May 9 to 12. The top schools will receive hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment and gears. And finally, the Finance Ministry is inviting public sector employees to apply for tertiary education grants on behalf of their children. The grant, which is to assist with tuition fees only, will cover 80% of the fees not exceeding $150,000 per applicant. To benefit, the public sector employee must be permanently, temporarily, or contractually appointed with at least 2 years' service with the government. Eligible students must have been accepted or are pursuing a local full-time accredited associate or bachelor's degree program at any tertiary institution registered by the University Council of Jamaica. Additionally, the student must be under 25 years old, unemployed, and have a minimum grade point average GPA of 3.0. Application forms can be accessed from the Ministry's website, mof.gov.jm. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.